A simple survey could lure a clothing manufacturer to Richmond County, and the Our Heroes Tree Project at RCC honors veterans and their remembrance. That and more all coming your way on your terrific Tuesday edition of Live at 5. Richmond County's nightly news starts right now. A clothing manufacturer has its eye on Richmond County, and a survey could help it decide to locate here. Economic developer Marty Butler is asking residents and those of surrounding counties to take a few minutes to fill out the online survey, quote, to assist recruiting this company to Richmond County. According to the survey, the company would bring hundreds of full-time jobs and offer benefits including paid time off, a company-supported retirement plan, and up to 50% on individual and family health insurance plans. The majority of the jobs would be cut and sew assembly positions, and pay would be $10.50 an hour, with opportunities for overtime and bonus pay, according to the survey. The company would also train applicants with no experience in the textile industry. The survey is available in both English and Spanish and should be filled out by October 5th. The links to the survey can be found on richmondobserver.com. If the yet unnamed company picks Richmond County, it would bring the most jobs out of all those that located here in the past 4 years. In 2016 alone, RSI Home Products, Direct Pack, and North Carolina Industrial Sand announced they were bringing jobs to the county, and Purdue Foods and Plastec announced expansions for a total of more than 330 new jobs and $46.5 million in capital investment. The county has a rich history in textiles, though not as booming as it once was. However, there are several active plants, including International Textile Group, Wade Manufacturing, and TheraFirm. Sherry Dunn Ramsey, Director of Institutional Effectiveness for Richmond Community College, rallied support from Dr. McInnes, President of RCC, and established Our Heroes Tree as a part of celebrating Richmond County veterans. Our Heroes Tree is a national initiative that bridges military and civilian communities by honoring the service and sacrifice of U.S. service members and their families. The ceremony was patriotic with presentation of the flag by a JROTC Cadet Honor Guard from Richmond Senior High School and two stunning renditions of the national anthem and America the Beautiful. Several people came forward to present ornaments to acknowledge the service of their relatives and close family members. The most emotional moment came when Nancy Rialt read a letter that her grandmother wrote to the mother of a man killed on the USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor. Her letter asked her to be strong and that her son's death was not in vain. The Our Heroes Tree will be on display in the Cole Auditorium lobby until November 10th. Anyone wishing to stop by to prepare and hang an ornament can do so when the lobby is open. All right, when we return, myself, and I will be bringing you your Live at 5 weather report. Is rain on the way as we get closer to the weekend? It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
Hi, this is Christina with Richmond County Hospice. I'm with Julie and Holly, and we're here to talk about how wonderful Hayden Construction was during our recent pipe bursting and flooding in our building.
In 10 to 15 minutes they were here and they were already starting to work vacuuming up the water, trying to figure out where all the damage was, what all they needed to do.
They were so quick to get on the scene. They were here before I even arrived, and it was just reassuring to have them come in and take control.
We are so thankful that they were here to help us that day.
At Kyocera, we see your company differently. We see your documents, how they're accessed, what it takes to keep them secure, and how well your workflow is flowing.
Kyocera helps your entire document infrastructure run more efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively.
And what we see is an opportunity to integrate all of it.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts. And as far as the eastern part of the North Carolina and South Carolina states, as you can see on the map here, they are expecting some sunshine for tomorrow. Not so much towards here and the western part of the state. We'll get to that here in a minute. But let's head back towards the beach side of North Carolina. Down in Wilmington for tomorrow, a high of 87, a low of 86 in New Bern, and a high of 88 in Greenville. And as we've said throughout the week, hopefully more sunshine will be on the way for the eastern part of North Carolina, help all of that dry out a little bit more from the extensive flooding that they're still dealing with from Hurricane Florence. In the meantime, up in Raleigh for tomorrow, a high of 86 right here in the Sand Hills area, high of 87 in both Rockingham and Southern Pines, high of 88 for Laurinburg, right down 74. If you're heading down 74 the other way towards Charlotte, a high of 84 for there tomorrow. Just north of that in Greensboro, a high of 83 expected for Manana, and a high of 80 over in Hickory. And as I mentioned at the top of the segment, as you can see from the Sand Hills area and west, expecting some rain and thunderstorms for tomorrow. With that being said, as we take a look at the 5-day weather forecast, as I just mentioned, 40% chance of precipitation here for a hump day with a high of 87, a low of 71. Same thing for Thursday, except the chance of precipitation has gone up to 70% with a high of 81, low of 71. And as we enter the weekend, more rain is in the forecast with a 50% chance of thunderstorms on Friday, high of 85, low of 69. Now, as we get into the weekend on Saturday, a 50% chance of rain that day with a high of 82, low of 67. But sunshine is on the way. On Sunday, partly cloudy, a couple clouds popping up. Should be a beautiful day with just a 30% chance of rain. Hopefully that will hold off. High of 80, low of 64. So as I mentioned yesterday, make sure to have your umbrella ready for the rest of this week and into the weekend. But hopefully by the time we finish it out and begin next week, we'll start seeing some sunshine heading back our way. And that's going to do it for your Live at 5 weather report. And when we return, high school football has been extended by a full week to allow games to be made up due to Hurricane Florence. There's more on that story right after the break.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
The North Carolina High School Athletic Association delivered its official ruling Monday morning on the fall sports season impacted by Hurricane Florence. Nearly 2 weeks since the storm made landfall along the Carolinas coastlines, NCHSAA Commissioner Q. Tucker sent a memo to principals and athletic directors declaring that the required reporting deadlines for several fall sports would be extended as a result of Florence. Following the hurricane, dozens of school districts across the state, including Richmond and the other 7 SAC schools, saw time out of the classroom as relief efforts got underway. Richmond Athletic Director Ricky Young confirmed Monday that the annual SAC conference tournaments for soccer, tennis, and volleyball are still slated to be played at this time. Of all the fall sports, football has been the most impacted from the hiatus. The NCHSAA requires football programs to have at least 3 days off between competitions, as well as certain physical conditioning requirements. The week-long extension of the season helps the Raiders, who only missed one game, and will be made up at the end of regular season play ahead of the playoffs. The last regular season play date for football is now Friday, November 9th, instead of Friday, November 2nd. For playoff seedings, the deadline for teams was also pushed back 7 days, now requiring teams to submit final records on Saturday, November 10th. The Raiders soccer and Lady Raider volleyball teams will only see minimal changes to their season schedules, as each program was awarded a couple of days by the NCHSAA to meet the playoff seeding deadline. Chris Larson's soccer team will get a 2-day extension, with the reporting deadline being moved to October 31st from October 29th. That puts the first round to begin on November 3rd. The volleyball team, coached by Ashley Larson, is getting special permission by Tucker and the NCHSAA to play as many as 5 matches per week if necessary. Richmond will play in 4 matches this week. Girls tennis is the only sport to not see any changes to its schedule, with individual regionals falling on Friday, October 19th and Saturday, October 20th. The individual state championships will be held the following weekend on October 26th and 27th. The girls golf and boys and girls cross country reporting deadlines have been slightly altered, as a matter of fact by only 6 hours for each sport. The golf deadline is still set for October 10th and cross country's is on October 19th. The only difference is that the time for each reporting period has been moved from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. The golf regional and state championships will be held on the originally planned dates of October 22nd and 23rd. Cross country's regional and state championships will take place on November 3rd. For an in-depth look at the revised schedule, you can, of course, visit richmondobserver.com. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Live at 5. If you haven't already, of course, be sure to download the Richmond Observer app for your iPhone and Android devices. For all the latest news here in Richmond County, visit richmondobserver.com, and be sure to tune in to Good Morning Sandhills Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Thanks for watching your Tuesday edition of Live at 5. Good night, Richmond County.